The word of God for the people of God.
Praise be to God.
O Lord, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of all of our hearts be acceptable only in your sight. O Lord, our strength and redeemer. The people of God say amen. 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 Let's talk a little bit about the tragedy of excuse making.
All right.
The tragedy of excuse making. In this parable, Jesus starts it off by saying someone gave a great dinner and invited many. Someone gave a great dinner and invited many. Now, at the time of the dinner, he sent a servant to say to those who had been invited, come, for everything is ready now. Come on, everything is ready now. You got an invitation. Come on now, everything is ready. In other words, what's happening here is that first invitations were extended and people accepted. They wanted to be invited to the dinner, they got the invitation, and they accepted the invitations. The promise to be there, the promise to show up, the promise to be in attendance. They got their invitations and they accepted the invitation. So the host sent word back to let them know that the dinner was ready. In other words, all the preparations have been made. It took a while to get everything together. I did a lot of work. I can hear him saying that to get things together. I cleaned up the house and made sure everybody had something that they liked. I worked real hard to get this together. I even hired more servants to make sure that the great dinner that I prepared was top notch. Just didn't throw anything together. Worked at this thing. I planned this thing. I stayed up day and night trying to make sure everything was all right. But now the dinner is ready. Come on, let's eat. Let's fellowship. Let's have a good time. I know that you're coming because you accepted the invitation. You promised to be there. And I made sure everything was in order. So come on, let's eat. I extended the invitation. You promised to be there. I worked hard and preparing all of this. So come on, let's eat. Let's fellowship. Let's have a good time. But instead of coming, everyone he invited began to make excuses. After saying that they would come, after saying they would, after saying they would be there, after saying that they were looking forward to this dinner, when the time came for them to show up, all began to make excuses. If these people sound familiar, they should. Because we sometimes are these people. For we see we have seen the enemy, and the enemy is us. We're all guilty sometimes of excuse making. And our excuse making leads us to our low level of commitment. For you see, when we say we will become a member of the church, and especially G-Life, we are accepting an invitation that's being offered, and second, by accepting the invitation, we promise to be there. Saying that we want what's on the menu, the food that's being offered, the bread of life, and we do whatever we have to do to support the church. We'll support it with time, talents, and treasures, and we'll be present in many of the gatherings and opportunities of worship and study. We all implicitly promise to be a part of the church when the invitation is offered. And for all of our cases, when the invitation was offered, we said, yeah, we accept the invitation. But when it's time to come, sometimes, many of us begin to make excuses. And let me say this, there is a difference between a reason and an excuse. For you see, in and of themselves, reasons are not bad. There are some good reasons for not being here like you should, like you want to be or would like to be. However, many of the supposed reasons are just merely excuses perpetrated sometimes as reasons. we look carefully at our text, we see that excuses generally fall into three categories. The first category is what I call the flat-out lying category. Look at verse 18. I bought a piece of land, I must go out and see it. See, now you get it, right? Yeah. I just bought a car, I need to go out and see it.
You didn't see it before you bought it.
Well, you bought a car, you're out, you're test driving, you can see, you know. Now, I guess you can do that on the internet now, maybe, but usually at least you see a picture or a perceived picture. In other words, I believe that was just a flat-out lie. Many times our excuses are just nothing but flat-out lies. We don't want to hurt the person's feelings, so we lie. Don't want to seem shallow or unconcerned, we lie. You going to be at the protest? Yay! You lie. Don't want people to know we have certain issues, so we lie. Our level of commitment is so low sometimes in church that we're ashamed to admit, so we offer up an excuse that's just nothing but a lie. Oh, I'm coming, Jeff, I'm coming, because I gotta ask, how many times have we lied to get out of doing something that we had committed ourselves to? I love you, G-Life, but how many times have we stretched the truth or elected not to tell the whole truth just to get out of a commitment? Sounded good 3 months ago. You mean that this time? There's a lie played into our decision to stay at home and not to participate. That's the first category. I bought some box and then I need to try it out. But the second category is what I call maybe misplaced values category. Look at the excuse in verse 19. I bought 5 yoke of oxen and I'm going to try them out. Well, I hope the person at least saw the oxen first. But there's still a story of misplaced values. Do you have to try the oxen out today? The day that you promised to be at the dinner. The day that you said you're going to be there. Why couldn't you have the oxen try out tomorrow? Or maybe the day after? Tomorrow. Why? Why not let somebody else, Reverend Graham, to try out the oxen for you? Did it have to be today? So it is with us. We miss out on the dinner because of misplaced values. And what it boils down to is this: what's more important in your life? What do you value? What do you see that's important? What makes us tick? What moves us? Some parents will spend all kinds of money on children to get up and stand in lines and make sure they get into the best schools, and we send them to all kinds of camps and place them in youth sporting leagues to make sure they don't miss out on prom, senior day, and all the rest. But when it comes to bringing them to church, or some of the stuff that we do up here for free. All right. And I throw in free. Sometimes we just don't do it, or we just, of all the other times where we in our children's life, we just let them make up their own decisions as I'm going to allow them, seeing how they make up this decision, go to school. Some of y'all didn't have a choice what you were going to eat when you were growing up. Mommy, I don't want that. I ain't going to eat it. I'm just saying. But that's just one example. Not many things. How many times we miss church on, Bible study, or even power hour because of misplaced values? How many times we offer up excuses? Put that money aside for that trip we've been planning, and missing stuff that's going on. Our sporting event or our beauty shop appointment becomes a little bit more important that what we all agreed upon that we're going to work on in order to do the things that we all believe that God is calling us to do. It's time out for all of that. You just need to confess that maybe church that's not in your top 5. That's okay. Just confess it. There's power in confession. Or the walk with Jesus. We sing about it, but maybe it's just not in your top 5 right now. But then there's this third category, and I believe it's the most painful of all. It's really a combination of the first two, which I believe makes it more sinister. It's the saying yes, but really not meaning the category. Look at verse 20. I've just been married. Therefore, I cannot come. Now, see, here go the excuse makers out here. Some of y'all saying, well, that person is married. Surely, that's a good excuse. That's a reason. You can't come if you're married. I wouldn't even expect anybody to come. And I would say that this shows your level of commitment, because if you were to be married on the day of the dinner or any time around the dinner, you shouldn't have accepted the invitation in the first place. Why say yes when you know that you are not going to be able to do it? Surely you knew that you were going to get married on the same day the invitation of the dinner was going out. In other words, if I know I can't do something, I just don't say I'm going to not do it. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to do it now in the back of my mind when the day comes. I won't show it. Somewhere echoing through all of this is Jesus' admonition. Let your yes mean yes. And many times when we accept invitations, we accept knowing and we can't commit the time, the energy, the commitment level. We know that we can't do any of that, but we still accept. Then we make an excuse for something that we had no business accepting in the first place. I believe this is more sinister than the first two, where the first one could have been sniffed out, and the second one maybe could have been corrected, but the third one goes deeper. This is a person who maybe is fired up at the moment, ready to do something, ready to be a part. This is the person that said, God has laid it upon my heart to do this or that. Person that says that I've been praying about this for a long time. I'm ready to accept the invitation, but when the invitation is made, they are a no-show because they had no intention of being there in the first place. They don't have a low level of commitment. They have no level of commitment.
All right, preacher.
So again, I come asking, you ever accepted an invitation knowing in all likelihood you would not be able to follow up on the promise? We just said yes because everybody else in the group said yes. You didn't want to be left out. Everybody else doing it, let me. Ever gotten somebody else's hopes up and got them excited about us only to let them down when you know that you can't keep your end of the bargain? I don't know. You ever accept an invitation knowing that you can't make it? But you still accept it, and you know that you don't want maybe you did because you don't want your values misplaced, and you don't want to be just lying. You think you really can make that. But deep down inside, you knew that you were not able to follow through. And this goes for anything. Your commitment to school, your commitment to your partners, your commitment to life in general. It goes for everything. Listen, every week we offer an invitation to discipleship right here. You know how we do. We just need to start taking that more serious. If we're going to do what God wants us to do, we're going to have to start looking at our commitment level. We need to start looking at our commitments to worship, our commitments to study, commitments to prayer, commitments to financial stewardship, commitments to ministry. Let's start being a people of our word and of our good intentions. Get involved and watch the church. grow. Because if we do not, there is a tragedy in excuse making. Notice the text. After the servant returned and reported this, the owner of the house got angry, became upset, looked at all the hard work, looked at all that he had to go through to get the dinner prepared, sat around looking at all the food that was about to be wasted. Thought about those excuses the people gave him and probably concluded that these people really didn't care about what him or what he was serving. Maybe they just wasn't hungry after all. Maybe they just didn't like what he was cooking. Whatever the reason, the Bible said the master got angry. The owner got angry, so he ordered the servant to go out in the streets and bring in all of the crippled, the blind, and all the lame folk. In other words, bringing the people that have been left out today. Bringing the people who have been pushed to the margins. Bringing people who will appreciate the meal that's being prepared. Bringing the people who will be grateful for your presence. And this is what we are here at T-Life. We want committed people who will be grateful in the presence of God. We want committed people who will appreciate what is being cooked here. On people who've been pushed out, left out, stepped on, hungry for the bread of life. Doors are always open for those marginalized, victimized, departmentalized folk who've been left out to dinner. There's a lot of hungry folk out here. Sometimes they don't know what they're hungry for, and they've been left out, but we want to be the church that invites them in. Right. Because at one time, truth be told, we were one of those people. Right. You was on the outside looking in, pushed to the periphery of life, starving like Marvin for the food that gives eternal life. Almost said for a cool J song, but I moved down. You were looking for a place where you could worship in spirit and in truth. You were looking for a place where your soul could be fed. You were looking for a place where you can experience the glory and majesty of God. You were looking for a place where you can just bask in God's glory. But our excuse making is making us miss out on our reserved seats at the dinner table. But then something else happens in the text. After the poor, the blind, and the lame were invited in, there was still room for more. And the owner of the house did. You know what he did? He sent the servant back out to compel people to come in. Now look at it. He just didn't say go out and just act, but compel people to come in. NIV interprets it as make them, or translates them, make them come in. Make them. In other words, persuade them. Just don't say it once or twice. Come on. Because here's the point. The point is, what we are offering is really too good to be true, so you must compel people to believe that what you have to offer is something that everybody can get in and get it free of charge. Just imagine, if you will, on the highways and byways. Here comes somebody telling you that you can come into the house of a rich landowner and eat till your heart is content. You minding your own business. Come on in. We got food for you. Main reason he's doing this is because there's so much food to offer. Because the people he trusted, the people he looked up to, the people that he promised that would be there didn't show up. So come on in and have a good time. And you out there on the highways and byways, somebody come up to you and say, come on in. First of all, you think folk crazy. This is a setup. What do you really want from me? Nobody has ever invited me to a place where I can just eat, drink, and be merry and just have a good time. I'm poor. Do you understand? I'm pushed to the margins. Nobody has ever asked me to do that. So, in order for you to become the person to almost compel you, that's what we're trying to do here. You know, when I wrestle with this, I just say, okay, God, I get it. Because when you join this ministry, you're told that this would be a place where your gifts would be used. You were told that this was a place where you could do ministry and grow in Christ. You were told that this was a place where you could worship with God without the spiritual handcuffs placed on you by other ministries. You were told that everybody had a gift and everybody could do what God has called them to do. You were told that you were going to be taught and fed the word of God. You were told that this was a place where you and your whole family would be welcome and supported. You were told that this was a place where servant leadership would be implemented and practiced. You were told that your pastor would have a love and compassion for the flock and would be there for you when you would join this church. You were told all of that. Sometimes, every now and then, I feel the need to compel some of us to come. Whether you've been gone spiritually or physically, come on back to the place where you can grow. Come on back to the place where you can be blessed. Come on back to the place where you can be fed. Come on back to the place where you can be helped. Come on back. And I'm compelling the best way I can for all of those who won't come back and can come back to be members of this ministry. So we can do together what God has called us to do.
Yes, sir.
Because as I close this little word, the tragedy of excuse making is that you miss out on the dinner. In other words, you miss out on your blessing. You may miss out on your anointing. You may miss out on your way out. You may miss out on your way back in. The tragedy of excuse making is that you miss out.
Yeah.
And I love all of you so much that I don't want to see that happen. Maybe the reason why we are struggling, maybe the reason why the money is funny and the change is strange, maybe the reason why we miss the boat, day late, dollar short, strife at work, disagreement with parents, maybe the reason is because we haven't fully committed ourselves to God and the work that God has related to us to do right here in this place. 2 years ago, God gave us this building. Everybody knew that it was a God thing. We had no idea we would be here 2 years prior to this thing.
Right. Yes, sir.
God opened up doors, gave us this building for little or nothing, gave us all of the land and gave us all of the stuff that's down there in the fellowship hall. We had no idea. And I just so happen to believe in my quiet time, when I get up in the morning, when I pray and I think about this ministry and think about this church and think about what God has for me to do, I can't help but to think that God gave us this for a reason.
Yes, sir.
God gave us this sermon for a reason. To remind all of us. Check our commitment. There's a dinner being served here. Not just on super sandwich, not just on yesterday, not physical food, but there's a dinner being served. Many of you have tasted it and have grown from it, and I thank you. But there are many more who are still missing out. Will you help me? I don't know who can holler this one. But will you help me? Compel others. Get them to believe that this church is the church where they can grow and be wherever God has called them. There may be someone here looking to recommit. Maybe